Here's Tata.
You are the sunshine of my life.
One of my favorite memories of Nana and Tatai was at the house Jason Crew lives in. Tatai was trying to get something out of the couch, so he was like leaning over the couch like this, and then Nana sat on his head on purpose, and Tatai was like, "Whoa!" And then they both started laughing.
Last year, no, maybe like 2 years ago, I was working for Cutco. Yeah. And then I was doing it at Monica's house. And then, like, I did it to Matt, Monica, to Pat, and then I and Tatai were there. And while I was presenting my knives, Tatai would grab the knife and pretend to put it down his mouth. And then I was like, Tatai, come on, dude. Like, in my mind, I'm like, put it down before you hurt yourself. But it was hilarious, and then I couldn't stop laughing.
Nana grabbed one and she was joking, like, maybe I should just cut the arthritis out. And she was like going at her like knees and her arms.
I don't know when she bought me an earring, started bought me an earrings that is kind of different colors. And then Pat said, oh, they bought her another earring. She's jealous.
There was one time when Isa and I went to store with Tata. I think it was after school.
Yeah.
And we went and Tata was kind of going through the aisles, and I think I saw something in a toy aisle and I got stuck there. Didn't pay attention that they had moved on. And so I look up and Isa and Tata are gone. I'm like, oh my God, where are they? I'm lost. So I start crying and I went to the front of the store and they're like, little girl, what's wrong? Why are you crying? I lost Tata. So they paged over the loudspeaker. Tata, please come to the house. Your little girl is here and she's crying.
And I remember being with Tata and being like, somebody's calling.
When Vincent had a seizure, I was taking a shower to go to work. He had a seizure
When he was 6 months old.
Yeah. So Nellie was holding Vince. He was already blue, and she was screaming, "Nanay, nanay, nanay!" So Nanay went to a room.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Everybody was screaming, but Nani held Vincent.
Yeah, the mother
And then he
instinct
was-
kicked in.
I didn't know. I like totally surrendered my son to Nanay, and I was beside myself.
Yeah, he was already blue. Ang patang so laman ko ng si Mami Bill Hospital. They put ice on his bag, it just literally melted. So yeah, so Nanay, the mother instinct kicked in from all of us experience. So I'll never forget it. Because Nanay!
Yeah.
And she was calm, Nanay was calm.
Well, she was crying too, but she kind of knew what to do. She just held Vincent until the ambulance came because we didn't know what to do. But she's very strong, taking care of all the grandchildren. She's just very strong woman.
My favorite thing with Nana and Tata, and then they took me for Irvin. And then, you know what? They just handed me this envelope. Said, "Happy birthday, Irvin." Oh. Really? I said, I took the money.
My favorite story is when Tatai was worried about, it was a chicken going abungless. So he was yelling from the, okay, so in our house, there's where they were staying with us. In our house, we have 3 wooden steps that go down. And so Tatai was at the top of those stairs yelling at Nanay into the room. He was like, "Nung magano! Nung magano!" And then Nanay was like, "Nani?" And then Tatai was like, "Nung magano!" And it just went back and forth. It just went on for like 10 minutes, just "Nung magano!" And then "Nani?" Just back and forth. And I was just like, I should probably translate that for the people who don't speak.
Yeah, me.
It was like, he was like, "Look at this chicken real quick," and then she was like, "Man, later. Look at this chicken real quick. It's gonna go bad later." I'm lazy, and just back and forth.
Doing that like every week or something.
Yeah.
And then
Because Nana always wins.
Yeah, and then Tatai would always get hella napkins, and he would put it like everywhere in his car, like on the dashboard or in like the seat covers or whatever. And so me and Vince would take like a straw from Daily North, and then we just spit all over the car.
I remember that.
And like we would be in the back seat and we'd
like shoot spitballs on the rear mirror, and then Tata would like wipe it off, and then we just blow it back on there.
And with Nana, my favorite was one time, she made me a nice dress, and everybody in school was saying, wow, that's a pretty dress. They didn't already realize that what Nana does. She didn't have any formal training how to make dresses, but what she does, what the oldest sister had used, and she will repair it and make another new dress for the little ones. So it was, I think, Auntie Amy's dress that she had used for how many times already, and then she repaired it and made a nice new red dress for me. So I went to school and they said, oh, you got lots of new dresses and very pretty. I said, yes, thank you. I have my own dressmaker.
One thing I learned about the family actually is the way how they take care of each other. It's like they always got each other's back. So it's like family comes first.
You know, you always just gotta be there for your family. I mean, our family's pretty close, so.
Even if they're crazy, it's okay, Jude.
I think the lesson is Tatay keep on telling me we're not rich. The only thing I can give you is education.
Well, that's true because he said, you know, if I give you money, you will lose that money. Yeah. And if I give you, well, he said, I don't have money to give you nor real estate property, but it's the education that I will be able to give you. So while I'm still strong and able to send you to school, I want you to study. Because once you study, once you have your education, even if you say, I don't want to go to work, I just want to be at home, you still have that education that nobody can steal from you. You can always go back and work. But the money, you could use it in time or real property, but education, it's always going to be with you. So. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yes, yes.
Also, a good example of love by the outcome of their children and their grandchildren.
I learned that to love and care and don't give up. Me too. Dana and Tatai were basically living with me my whole life, so I was always like, I learned to be kind to everybody and be patient, understanding, and love everybody.
I have a lot of friends that I don't think that they can rely on their family the same way that I know that I can rely on my family. That it doesn't matter what mistakes you make or, you know, roads you take that maybe they didn't necessarily want you to take, they're gonna have your back. No matter what.
I think one of the things I learned most from Nana and Tatay is no matter what situation you're in, you can always laugh, especially at yourself.
Yeah, to add to that, I think if there's anything I learned about, from By Lucky, and laughter was something that I always grew up with. She had the best laughter and can really, you can find humor in pretty much everything. There was something about just growing up with laughter and the healing that laughter has for you. That's one of the things that growing up, I didn't realize how lucky I was to learn humor from, our grandparents early on.
Nana taught me how to make some clothes. She has a sewing machine, and I think I was probably only 7 years old when I learned how to sew. And then later on, I sewed some clothes for Sharon, but she has some practices that she needs to have some special kind of clothes. So that's how I learned how to sew.
Poverty can either break you or make you strong. And I believe the reason why our family is very close with each other is because growing up poor, we learn to we learned the value of working hard and staying together and helping. Staying together and helping each other.
Yeah, oh my God.
Tatay said that. So, makan kami, makan kibot. Panto. So, that's a good example of tatay. He's very supportive to us. And, you can see closeness in the family.
The first thing I thought of when you said that was, it's so large. Just like, it's my family's so small. But I think it's the great thing is that despite the size, you can get together all the time. And it's just, you just don't lose that. It's not like this thing where only a couple families get together. All the families get together, and that's really awesome. So,
Yeah, I think to add to what Kathy said, a lot of people who don't know all the family, but they kind of, coworkers or whatever, who say, "What are you doing for Christmas?" "Oh, we're doing dinner with family." "Well, how many of you are there?" "I don't know, there's like 80 of us." And everyone's eyes are like, "Oh my God, do you do this all the time?" "Yeah, we do." Or, it doesn't matter if a couple of people can't make it or whatever, we just get together and we manage to keep that no matter how old we get. We still, the second or third cousins are still, know each other and hang out together. So I think that's nice for them to keep that as we get older.
That no matter how much money you have, family and faith in God is always more important. And I think that's what I love about this family. That it started with Nanay and Tatay. The love, the sheer love that they shared with everybody. No matter what happens, we always have each other's back. And we're very strong in numbers.
I love how we're so close. Not a lot of families have our relationship. The fact that there's so many of us that we could just go to each other if we need help or stuff like that.
Even though it's such a big family, it's such a close family, and I felt really welcomed right from the start. And I think it probably starts with Nana and Tatay, and so it's really nice to have that closeness.
I always tell my friends at work that we are rich. And they said, "What do you mean financially?" No, not financially rich, but love rich. We all love each other. We all
love to kill each other.
my words in Tagalog, the Tagalog is mayaman tayo sa pagmamahal. It's not in terms of money. But we are rich in love because we all love each other.
At the end of the day, family's family, and we're always there to support one another and just be there, plain and simple.
Our love is here to stay.
Happy anniversary, Nanay, Tatay, and many have more.
Happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay!
Thank you for everything. Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay. Tatay, I still owe you a cash creek trip.
Happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay!
Happy
anniversary!
We love you.
Hi, Nay. Happy anniversary in behalf of my children. Thank you so much for everything that you have done for us.
Happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay. Thank you for being such a great example. To Tatay, thank you for being a great dad. I'm a good father because you're a great father. And
Happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay. We love you so much, and we want you to spend so many more years with us.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay! We love you! Yeah!
Happy anniversary! For everything! Happy anniversary! Tatay and Tatay, I love you!
happy anniversary, Nanay and Tatay. Maligayang Pati.
Sa inyong anniversary.
Yeah!
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
Do 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 do.
Do do. Yeah.
No matter where you are, at every bend in the road, remember near or far, you've got family to share your